What is going on, you guys? We're on here with Give Phat Food. It's another commute home. It's cold. It's dark. I think it's I mean, it's not like freezing cold, but it's like 50 something. For me, that's pretty cold. I was so cold this morning going to work. Jeez. I was kind of shivering. It was probably like in the high 40s earlier this morning. Anyways, sorry for the lack of videos or the video every week, but I literally don't have much to talk about. I've just been worrying about my financial situation and making sure I'm making the right financial decisions, you know, like buying a car, saving up for buying a house. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about electric vehicles. And I remember when they first came out, when electric vehicles first came out, a lot of people were skeptical. And a lot of people were like, you know, pretty much hating on it. Now, I'm going to tell you my position, okay? I'm very neutral. Very, very neutral. I am curious about electric cars. They're all over the place over here in San Francisco. I don't know about wherever you guys are at, but over here, they're like everywhere. Especially when Tesla became a thing. When did they start selling cars? Was it like, I know it was way before the pandemic. Anyways, yeah, electric cars. Are you guys as curious as I am about them? Like this one in front of us too. Is this an electric car? I think it is. It's got one of those little yellow stickers that let you go on the carpool lane. My big thing is you can't go on road trips with these. You can, but you're going to waste a lot of time charging. And then, you know, I've seen on YouTube that people are like, oh, it only takes 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 10 minutes here, 30 minutes there. I'm like, yeah, but you don't get it. You're still stopping constantly. That shit adds up. Especially if you go on a big road trip. Like you're going to like, I don't know, you're going to like Colorado from California. If you're driving that far, do you seriously want to drive an electric vehicle? Probably not. But what I think where the electric vehicle shines, I think it shines in daily commuting, guys. I think if you commute to work in an electric car, that's just way better. And I've seen also like, oh, you know, you can't, if you charge it at home, it takes forever. Well, if you're going to go to bed anyway, right? If you're going to go chill at home and go sleep, that's 8 hours or so that you could charge it, right? So I don't know. I don't think they're great for road trips. You still, like I said, you can do it though, but just know that from what I've seen, especially with Teslas, you're going to be charging a lot. Not a lot, but you're going to add an hour or two at least to whatever your trip time is, right? Now gas, even though you got a gas, you know, if you have a gas car, or what I'm planning to get, like a big ass SUV with a V8, like, sure, you have less stops, you just fill it up, it takes 2 minutes to get back on the road, but it's the money, not the time, but the money, right? You're spending more on gas than you would if you charged, right? But like I said, that's probably, you know what, that's probably my plan, is to get an EV. I don't know if it's going to be a Tesla or not, but it's to get an EV and also have a gas car for road trips, or a gas SUV, whatever. Either way, yeah, that's probably what I want to do in the future. And then here's another cost. Now this one is more like if you want to keep the car forever, right? That's only if you want to keep the car forever. You're gonna have to replace that battery. Now people are like, oh, you don't ever have to replace the battery at all. You're just, your range just gets shorter and shorter over the years, which is true. But how degraded of a battery do you want? Now, what I read, I think on Reddit or something, is generally if you abuse your EV, like you use it a lot and you supercharge it a lot, or you fast charge it, you're gonna get like 10 to 12 years out of it, out of the battery. And then if you're like babying it, or you're like, your trips are really short, you know, they said maybe 12 to 15 years. But here's the thing, I see people with Hondas and Toyotas that are old as hell. Okay, they bought them like in the late 90s, and they're still driving them today. They bought them brand new. And then what sucks about that is that, and I get this from some of my Chinese coworkers, they don't make them like they used to. So if you bought a brand new Toyota now, it probably won't last as long as the ones they used to make in the 90s, which were much more simple, but less fuel efficient. And you know, for Toyota to make the same car nowadays, it would cost them a lot more. And that's just what it is. But yeah, when it comes to EVs, I think EVs, where they shine is commuting, like regular commutes. If you drive an hour to work or less, maybe even a little more than an hour and a half, I think EVs are the way to go. Now for my situation, where I'm going to be moving about 3 hours away and still working here, that's not going to work. Why? I mean, I could make it work, but I really don't want to wait there just charging my vehicle for 30 minutes or more. What if I want to, you know, let's say I'm here Monday through Friday, right? And then on Friday, I just want to go home, back to Fresno, right? I still have 3 hours to drive, and let's say I still have to charge, or I got to charge on the way. I just want to get home, you know? For me, time is the factor. So again, yeah, sure, you just charge for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but that shit adds up, and I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just get on the road and go. But like I said, in the future, I'm still curious, man. I want an EV. For some reason, I'm reading this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I read that Teslas suck. I mean, when it comes to like build quality and stuff going wrong, they're like, more than likely something's going to go wrong with the car. It might be something more minor, you know, stuff like little stuff, like maybe the window doesn't work, or maybe it's nothing like super major, I hope. But yeah, I don't know, I've read so many complaints about Teslas, but they're like the coolest one, especially that Cybertruck. A lot of people think they're ugly. My lady thinks they're ugly, but me and my son, we think they look kind of cool, because they're just so like sharp edged. It's not, you know, it's not like rounded off or smooth. I don't know, I like it. Do I have like $100,000 to get one? Hell no. Actually, I don't even know if I would get like a brand new Tesla at all. It's just way too expensive. Where I've been looking around like on Auto Trader and Car Gurus, there's some used ones with like, you know, 50,000 miles or more that are going for like 30 grand, and they're like 3 or 4 years old. Some of them are 5 years old or more. So I wouldn't mind getting one of those, like a used one, and just, you know, using that to commute. God, ever since daylight savings, it's like super dark, and it's still early. Oh, there's the fire truck. I think that's so cool that you could drive the back end of it. That is cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. When they drive it from the back, it looks like it's like drifting. Pretty cool. Anyway, EVs, guys. So I don't know, they said the battery doesn't last super long. It's pretty long, you know, 15 years. That's pretty long. Do I really want to keep a car for longer than that? But that's how you save money, is if you just keep your car long, like a long time, that you're gonna save money for sure. And you just, you know, you just keep maintaining it, fixing whatever goes wrong with it. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely feels like EV is the future. And then I read that Toyota, and not just Toyota, but other companies are trying to come up with a solid state battery. So it's not as I don't know, weather prone as like a lithium ion battery. Not only weather prone, but like weight. Like you don't need a big ass battery to power the EV. I don't know, very curious. I don't know what the future is for electric cars. But I'm excited to see what happens, you know? It's a cool thing that our parents from like the 80s or 70s, they would have never thought about this. I mean, they thought we would have flying cars though, which we don't. I mean, we have drones, but that's a little different. They thought it'd be like the Jetsons. Do you guys remember the Jetsons? I barely remember it. I do remember watching it on TV, but they had the cars that would fly, and they would have like that weird sound. I don't know how to make it, but if you look it up, yeah, the Jetsons. There was also the Flintstones, where their car, they had to like use their feet to like make it go. And their wheels, it was just two, right? One in the front and the back, and it looks like a rolling pin. My kid, he has no idea about Saturday morning cartoons. And anyway, who thought we would have got this far, you know? And it's all thanks to Elon. Well, I mean, okay, Toyota actually wasn't the first like major electric car that was mass produced. Was the Nissan Leaf even before Tesla. And then before that, Toyota came out with a hybrid, the first Prius or whatever, in like 97, 99, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's hybrids. I mean, the best of both worlds, right? You never have to charge, but you still have to worry about a combustion engine. You still got to change the oil. Same shit that you have to deal with a regular car without a big ass electric battery. I don't know. It's so confusing. If you were like car shopping, right? And you had the money, okay? You had the money to buy it straight out, or if not, just big ass down payment. Is this Fiat? That sounds tough. Jeez. It's confusing, right? You don't know what to get. Should you stay with Old Faithful and just get a regular combustion engine that'll last you? That could last you forever? Or would you get a hybrid, which is the best of both worlds? Nice Bronco. Or would you just get an electric car that'll you'll eventually have to replace the battery? With hybrids too, you got to replace the battery. It's just that the battery is not as big as the one in the EV, right? So it probably costs a little less. I don't know. Supposedly Toyota's hybrids are pretty darn reliable, even though they're not all built in Japan anymore. That's my thing, you guys. I want to make sure it's JDM, you know what I'm saying? Not JDM, but you know, it has a J in the VIN. Okay, that's a big deal to me, or from what I was taught by my uncles and, you know, like co-workers, and just everyone trusts Toyota and Honda. And especially if it has a J, like even Mazdas, Nissans, right, all the Japanese brands, if it's got a J, you have a better chance of it lasting you a long time. So yeah, that's actually one of my requirements when I'm trying to find a car to buy, a used car, even though it's, you know, only 10,000 bucks or less. It's got probably a shit ton of miles. I just want a J on that VIN number. Give me that fucking J. Well, that's about it, you guys. I mean, talking about EVs today. Again, I'm not a hater. I think they have there's a place for them, and I'm pretty sure they're not going away. You know, I think EVs are going to be here to stay. So you might as well embrace them. Hell, electric bikes are here to stay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're going to regulate them though, California. Like how they regulate motorcycles. They might do the same thing for e-bikes, or maybe the federal government will. I don't know. Maybe they'll put like what do they have for motorcycles? The DOT, Department of Transportation certification, right? I mean, everyone messes around with their bike, whether they have a scooter or a fucking motorcycle. They always mess with like the lights, especially the lights. I think the lights have a certain measurement with the DOT. So that's why, you know, if you buy a motorcycle from a dealership, they got to make sure it complies with their the rules. Like your turn signals, there should be a certain distance between each of them. I don't know what it is. I think it's 8 inches. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, you guys, this might be the last video I put out for a while, unless I have some kind of idea. But I'm just focused on my vacation coming up. I'm going to Vegas. I don't know if I'm going to be filming any of that. Who knows? Haven't been to Vegas in a while, so I'm really excited to go. My son's never been. We're gonna watch the Jabberwockies, which is crazy because I've been that's like been a goal of mine ever since I knew that he loved Jabberwockies. I was like, dude, we're gonna watch it in person, and it's finally happening. It does seem like they're not as popular anymore. It has been a while, right? But yeah, we're excited to go. That's gonna be cool. I know it's cold as hell over there, the weather. And I don't know if we're gonna go Black Friday shopping in Vegas. I don't know where to go. I know Caesars has like they have like a mall or whatever, but it's like bougie brands. So I don't know where to go if my girl wants to go shopping. I don't want to go shopping. I don't need anything. Anyways, you guys, if I don't put out a video, happy Thanksgiving. If you're American, I know Canadians already had their Thanksgiving. But yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay hungry, And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Later, Gators. Again, appreciate you watching. Thank you. Bye. I love you. Just kidding. Not kidding. Better wait your turn, fool.